today we have some special news to share. Hi, and welcome to the DIY Photo Organizing podcast, focusing on topics to help you with your photo management. I'm Chantal from Photos in Order.
And I'm Fiona from Counselling Memories. Hi, Chantal.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, good. So
Good.
good to see you.
Yeah, likewise. It has
Yeah,
been a while.
it has. It has. I know. I know. And we do have some news today
Yes,
on the episode.
that's right. But first, we really want to thank you, listeners, for joining us today. And whether you've been listening since the beginning, which was a while back, or whether you've only recently discovered our podcast, we are really grateful that you're here today because we are sharing some really exciting news about our podcast.
Mm.
And that news really is that the DIY Photo Organizing podcast is entering a new chapter. What that means, there will be new episodes released, will bring you practical ideas and tips, inspiration, and of course, expert guests to help you on your photo organizing journey. However, I will become the solo host of the podcast, and today is Fiona's final episode as the co-host, which is really sad.
I know. It's been such a long time, hasn't it, Chantal? A lot of fun, and lots of conversations in this journey. So, but yeah, it is. It is my it's my last podcast episode as a co-host. And so yeah, it's a bit of a happy and sad episode today. But look, it really is such a like we said before, it's a new chapter for both of us. And many of you, if you've listened to us before, will remember that I had started studying a number of years ago. I returned to university and studied counselling, and that actually came out of it really evolved out of a love for the work with photos. And I still believe deeply in the power of photographs and memories and storytelling. And they really do remain an important part of the work that I do. And one of the biggest things that I've really learned over this journey in being around photos and working in photo organizing, is that it's not just about that printed photo; it's about the people. And I think that it's the stories behind the photos and the connection with clients and with listeners like yourselves, that are listening today, that have found a love for organizing photos or a need for organizing photos because of the stories, because of the people behind the photos. And that is really at the heart of the work that I'm doing. And so my belief in the power of photos and memories hasn't changed, but it means that my focus is taking a different direction, and that is really around helping people navigate those experiences in life that can be challenging. And so it felt like that was something that this allows, really, instead of trying to do everything, which ideally we would all love to do, when we have a passion for so many different things, right? But it is the right time for each of us to focus on the work that is the lane that we're both in. And so mine is more in the counselling, and so it's really with an exciting sort of passing of the baton, although you're holding it, sharing it with me, Chantal, but I'm officially giving you the other half. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I could think of no one better to be able to fully lead the DIY photo organizing podcast, obviously. And so yeah, I'll be dedicating some more time to clients in the work that I do in healing through trauma and the the emotional aftermath of difficult experiences that people have had in life with counselling memories. So that is my sharing of our news today too. Yeah.
So obviously, being friends, I knew all that. So it
Yes, you
doesn't
did.
come as a surprise. And I think your counseling clients are obviously very lucky to have you to help them through those tough times. I
Hmm.
couldn't imagine anyone better. So yeah, I'm sure our listeners, just as myself, will want to wish you all the best with that new sort of journey. It's not exactly new, you've been doing it for a bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean for you, listeners? So, obviously, as we both mentioned before, the podcast is not going away. It's gonna stay here, and in fact, not very much changes apart from that I'll be running it solo. And so you'll find the episodes, all the existing ones, where they've always been with, whichever app you're using to stream your podcasts, it remains there and that's where it will stay. And I will keep bringing you fresh ideas and practical tips, and of course, also conversations with guests who can share, their wisdom with all of us and can help make organizing and enjoying our photos easier and make them more meaningful because yeah, you're obviously so right in what you said, Fiona. It's not about the tech, that's just part of it that helps us, but it's really about the stories that photos tell that make it so important. And who knows, you might be back as a guest.
If you'll have me.
I'll have a think about it. No, I'm sure you'll be back.
That's it. That's it.
Um, one little change I want to implement is that I plan to have shorter episodes, or sweet and short tips for you that you can hopefully implement easily. And again, as we just touched on, it's not just going to be about technology and apps and, you click here and do that. It is also going to be about discussions about how to preserve those stories that come with the photos and how to celebrate those stories and the photos. So it's gonna go as it has before on a bit of a different, deeper level. So it's not an ending. It's just, as we said, a new next chapter, and that's we both really, excited about that. It feels right for both of us, and yeah, so we're excited
Yeah.
to keep going.
That's right. That's right. So, just on a personal note, I just wanted to say, as a thank you to you, Chantal, um, the that creating the podcast really has been one of the joys of my professional life. We came to this decision together to start so many years ago, and I wasn't going to get emotional. There we go.
Oh,
No emotion is bad emotion. That's what
no.
I'm saying. That's the truth. But we've shared so many conversations. We've laughed a lot. We should have kept a bloopers reel after all of these years. That would have been hilarious.
Oh,
Um, but even though, so as a final episode, it's definitely not a goodbye. And I know that I'll be working with memories and photos and things like that. And so, yes, I would love to be a guest sometime in on the podcast. That would just be beautiful to come back.
mm.
But I'm grateful for our friendship and for this community that we've really established and built with people that are so isolated all over the world listening, and yet we all share this unique interest in our photos, and it really is such a joining of like-minded people. And so it's a real community. And even though it's a podcast and we might feel isolated, it really is an amazing community of people that are interested in something that is so similar. And so To everyone listening, I just want to thank you for your trust in us, in letting us come into your world, in your world of photos and your personal lives, and taking this journey with us together. So, from me, thank you to Chantal and to all of the listeners as well.
Well, I can only say likewise. Thank you. And yeah, for being my podcast buddy. And I will miss you. And now I'm getting emotional.
I
Um,
know.
and you said, look, um, by chance in my Facebook feed, actually the other day popped up our very first episode. That was,
Oh.
yes, it was funny. In 2018, in November, we
Oh, wow.
started. Yes, it seems like ages ago.
Wow.
Pre-COVID, it all
Yeah.
went. And I still can see us in our living room where we were tossing up ideas and playing with ideas, how we could do something together and work together, collaborate, sort of kind of out of the blue. The podcast idea came up and we thought, oh, that sounds a bit crazy, but no, we eventually decided that's exactly what we want to do.
I know.
I
I remember
still
actually. I think you said podcast, and I said yes.
And we found out there is no podcast out there about
That's
photo organizing, not in the way that we imagine it to be. So
mm,
we jumped in and, we
mm,
figured it all out as we
yeah,
went. It
yeah,
was all new to us. And yeah, look, thanks to you, Fiona. I really have learned so much from you. It was such fun and joy, and you were the best co-host I could have wished for, and friend, of course. And that's why we really, want to emphasize that we're not stopping our collaboration in the podcast because we had our arguments or anything like that. It's
I know.
just, it's just the
Yeah,
time. And also, thank you, as you said, Fiona, before, to the listeners for being with us because it is always a privilege, whether it's on the podcast or working with clients one on one. It's
mm,
always, always a privilege to be part of your photo organizing journey and to hear your stories and to be of help. And you let us in the podcast to your homes. You listen to us maybe while you're driving or walking.
mm,
So thank you for that, listeners. We really do hope both that we made your photo organizing journey a little bit less overwhelming
mm,
and made it feel more achievable. And we also want to thank you that you really care for your photos because they're so
mm.
precious.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is, and because like every photo really does tell a part of a story, and that's no, without knowing everyone's reason why and how they found us as a podcast, we know that there's that common thread of a photo, and that they really do tell a story, and that's what we're wanting to preserve. But it's those moments of connection and yeah, reminding why we do what we do and why you're interested in making sure that there's these moments are preserved, and that they can be shared across generations. So thank you for caring about the stories and preserving these precious connections in such a time when we really do we need connection more than ever than we have. So to preserve the past history of connection can really strengthen. I really do believe strengthen. Moving forward, where the connection continues to grow when we know what we've come from. So yeah, just continuing to light the flame of the
yeah.
photo organizing torch. I'm waving my banner on the sidelines.
So I think that's it for today, really. And as we said, not much really is changing in terms of content. Also, the wish list is still there. So if there are topics that you are interested in, let me know on, the wish list. There's the links in the show notes as always. And same goes for our five golden rules. They're not going to go anywhere. We developed them together as we did with the course, and those five golden rules, they're not changing. They're timeless,
Yeah.
and we really, really believe in them. We hope that they help you on your way to a more organized and manageable photo collection as well. So, again, thank you so much for listening in today. And again, thank you, Fiona, for your friendship
Mm.
and for our time together on this podcast. It was really so much fun, and I will miss you. And I look forward to having you back as a guest.
Yay! Thank you so much. Mm.
Well, I'm Chantal from Photos in Order.
And I'm Fiona from Counselling Memories, and we'll say it together. Thanks for tuning in and happy
Photo
photo organizing.
organizing.
Bye.
Bye.